Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an Unexplained Phenomena video on the Montauk Mysteries. This is going to be part 2. I did the introduction to this series last week. The Montauk Project took place on Long Island, and it was a place called Camp Hero. It encompassed so many different sub-projects that there was no way to do it justice in one short video. The U.S. government evidently lumped the majority of their secret scientific and fringe research under this Montauk umbrella, and consequently a lot of weird shit allegedly happened there. I cannot definitively confirm any of this is true, so please keep that in mind. I'm going by the reports from people who say that they used to work there, and a lot of these people have some serious scientific credentials. Okay, so one of the main projects dealt with psychic research. Check out my video on Ingo Swann and remote viewing, because I believe the project he was in was tied in with the Montauk Project. Allegedly, one psychic did extensive time in a chair which used electromagnetic technology and other machinery to augment and enhance his powers. Allegedly, this psychic could manifest solid objects just by concentrating on them. These objects, hammers, pliers, screwdrivers, buckets, balls, bells, whistles, whatever, would appear in the room out of thin air or in specific spots across Camp Hero. Again, Camp Hero is where, on Long Island, there is where the Montauk Project took place. In some remote instances, the objects would appear hours, days, weeks, or months after the tests were conducted. In some cases, the objects would appear embedded in solid objects like walls, doors, floors, chairs, or other fixtures. Many of these tests were listed as failures, meaning the objects simply did not appear at all. This got me to thinking. The fact that these objects sometimes appeared hours, days, or weeks after the tests were conducted tells me that this psychic could manifest these objects through time. Check out my video on the Philadelphia Project, the Philadelphia Experiment. If he could send these objects forward in time, could he also have sent them into the past? If that was the case, it could go far to explain some of the unexplained artifacts that I talked about in many of my videos. The internet has dubbed these items as OOPArts, or out-of-place artifacts. What if these tests that were listed as failures, what if some of them weren't failures? They just appeared in the past and we didn't know about it. You see what I'm saying? That in my opinion, that is a valid concern. If all of this stuff is true, then you got to look at what could have happened, because scientific testing makes mistakes all the time. What if this psychic sent a hammer to a point in time millions of years ago and it appeared embedded in stone near London, Texas? What if this psychic sent an iron pot to Oklahoma millions of years ago and it appeared inside a coal seam? Maybe he sent a small ornate gold chain millions of years ago into the past and it appeared inside a coal seam. I've done videos on all of these. Check out my videos on the London hammer, the Oklahoma pot, and the Morrison chain. My point is that if this psychic really was creating common items in various places throughout time, different places and different times, maybe he's responsible for some or many of the unexplained artifacts, that I've talked about in my videos. Now, here's where it gets dicey. Let's take the next logical step. The Montauk Project at Camp Hero on Long Island was a military project. Imagine if a psychic could use this equipment to send an explosive device through time to eliminate an enemy before he became a huge problem. Such an explosive device could be extremely effective and virtually untraceable. To me, that seems like a good way to eliminate an enemy. From a military standpoint, notwithstanding, if you don't give a shit about morals and people's rights and collateral damage, then amen, that's a great way to eliminate an enemy. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it, but in the 70s, the military wasn't noted for its moral high ground. I did a video, and this is back then is when this supposedly happened in the 70s and 80s and like that. I did a video a while back about the background radiation on Mars, indicative of a nuclear ordnance detonation millions of years ago. If the military men at Montauk wanted to test the psychic's ability to send nuclear ordnance through time, they would need a testing ground which nobody could detect. What better testing ground than another planet? Now, I realize a lot of this seems far-fetched, and I absolutely agree with you, it is. But the more you find out about the Montauk Project, the more people are coming forward. You're getting declassified documents that kind of suggest maybe it was true. The Montauk Project... Boy, somebody wants to get in touch with me in just a moment. The Montauk Project, dealing with this psychic manifesting objects through time, opens up a lot of possibilities. These possibilities would certainly explain a lot of the unexplained phenomena that we talk about I talk about in my videos and other people's as well. And this is not all that happened at Camp Hero on Long Island. I'm going to do some more parts to this Montauk Mysteries thing. I have another one planned for next week. But that's all I have for this one. It just gives you something to think about, you know. If you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you could hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content on all of your social media platforms, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. And check me out over on Rumble for my political commentary and weekly current events. If you enjoy a good book, check out my author page on Amazon.com. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there, including the one pictured here, The House Off Farrago Road. It is a fun story about a house in New Orleans where the monsters all hang out. Yeah, if you enjoy quirky weird, you'll enjoy my author page, let me tell you. H.L. Anderson on Amazon, and if you get a chance, check them out. Find something you like. I hope you enjoy reading it. But that's all I got for this one. Hope this finds everybody well, and I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all.